Okay, chat, since I was like, you know, since I was 15 in 2020, I've wanted my license, bro. I wanted to get my driving license. I studied for my knowledge test. I got my permit. And, like, I got in my mom's car and we drove it in a parking lot, like, once. And then I kind of just sat on my permit for a while. And it was, like, it was really sad. Because I do, like, genuinely, driving is great because, like, it gets you everywhere. And so I've wanted my license for a while. Is Pink even here? Where is this guy? I mean, he's on the server. Oh. Okay, so like in 2022, I drove like a couple times, and then at the end, my mom got me this driver education course, and I was slow to do it. It's my fault. I'll take blame. I'll acknowledge it. But like I finally finished it. I think in April, maybe May of 2023, and then I just kind of sat on that for a while. Do you have a fireball? Because that would be really funny. But like, you know, I started driving a little bit more. I took the Prius to like take my siblings places a couple times because I thought that'd be fun, or maybe not fun, but like good practice. In 2024, I got really into the idea of getting my license. My mom put me in this like with a driving instructor so that I could get on the road practice and I wouldn't have to be so nervous about, you know, trying to drive. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. I've been sitting on this for a while. But recently I decided I wanted to finally get it. I wanted to do the final stretch. I wanted to send it. So to get my license, because I've completed a driver education course as an adult and have like certificate of proof, I don't actually have to take a road test for some reason. For some reason in the state of Virginia, I don't actually have to take the road test. I would just have to pass the knowledge test. So with that knowledge, I went and I studied and I practiced, and I was like, wait, this is easy. So then I decided that yesterday I was gonna go into the DMV and I was gonna try to get my license, right? No. I don't know if that's true yet. So I went over to the DMV and I had made an appointment, so I checked in, they gave me a number on my phone, so I waited for my number was called, I go to the window, and this guy, he takes my documents, because like you have to have your proof of identity, your proof of legal presence, your proof of residency. You need two of those, by the way. And then I needed my certificate for actually doing the driving course, because I did that and I need that proof because that's how I could skip the road skills test, so I could just get my license. I'm gonna die here. Yeah, it's okay. He takes my certificate and he sits there. Oh, and I hand him my permit. I hand him my permit too. My permit is one of my proofs of residency. So I hand him all of these things and he stares at them for a while. And eventually he asks me, he goes, "What are you here for?" And so I tell him I'm here to get my license. He's like, "So you're here to take your road skills test?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "But you have your permit here. You don't take a knowledge test. That's not how that works." So I had to tell him. I had to tell him that I read on their website that if you if you have a certificate proving that you've completed a driving education course, you don't have to take the road test, and that you just had to take the knowledge test. And then he walked away for a bit, and then like he didn't question it again. He just walked away. That was that. How are you fucking here? What the hell? He's not normal. Am I getting hacked on? I doubt it. Yo, am I getting hacked on? Wait, how did he get here so fast? Okay, okay. That's my bad. I pulled out my blocks and just kind of kept them out. I don't know why I did that. Wait, is he... is he actually hacking? Or is he just really, really, really good? Where is he? Did he leave? Oh, he left. He was hacking. Did the anti-cheat get him, or did he get tilted? The guy walked away. He was just like, I don't know. I guess he was too confused by what I had said. So he walks away, and then eventually comes back, and we go through the rest of the procedure as normal. We do an eye test, and then he takes my picture, and then I go through a bunch of things on the screen to confirm that everything's okay. And then eventually he tells me to go take a seat for like 10-20 minutes. So I do. And then like after he serves somebody else, and then after he serves that other person, he calls me back up and he's like, yeah, so you're good to go. They're gonna mail you your license. And usually that's not like concerning. Usually that's what you want to hear. That's like, that's what you wanted in the first place. That's what you did. So he did everything. But like also, you usually get like a temporary license. And usually you have to like pay for your license. And usually you get a receipt for your license so that you know like it's processing. So you know that it's coming eventually. So you know you're not wasting your time. And I have none of those things. So I went back in there and I asked him about it. And he was like, you already paid. And I sat there, I'm confused. What do you mean I already paid? I didn't already pay. Maybe he's talking about the permit? But that doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure you have to, oh. I'm pretty sure you have to pay for both. So I'm confused about that. So I had to drop the DMV an email. I'm like, yo, what is up, bro? Please explain. This doesn't make sense. And, oh, that's the diamond gen there. I'm out here looking for diamonds. I was already at the diamond. I'm so stupid. I'm lost, bro. I'm hoping that I don't have to, like, call them or anything. That would be annoying. He wants this. He's pillaring. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. I'm just gonna leave. Is that guy turtling? Jesus. I think winning this I think winning this game is impossible. Sometimes you see an opportunity and you just gotta take it. Don't play your cards at the wrong time, chat. Don't play your cards at the wrong time. That was a masterclass in patience right there. How long? Ah. Ah. You voided. Nerd. Okay, so after I finished recording, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I had an email back from the DMV, and the DMV said that I had to call them. But before I get into what happened on the call, I want to back up a bit. A couple of weeks ago, I texted my mom that I wanted to take off a week of work so that I could, like, grind out my license. So I could finish this up, get it done. And I was under the impression that I had to take my road skills test. So, like, I could really use, the extra time. So I know I'm not gonna fail. I don't want to fail the test. That was actually really fun. Ah, no, almost. So I texted my mom about this, and she was like, you don't actually have to take the road skills test. You can just take your knowledge test because you completed a driver education course. And so I went along with this. And, like, I was kind of, like, on board with this idea until I was actually trying to apply for the appointment. And that was when I'd read nothing of the sort. And she somehow ended up on, like, a different subpage, but it did indeed list what she had said. She'd sent that to me, so it made sense. So I look through the requirements, and I get all my documents together, and then I go and I already told you about, what happened at the DMV. So I called the DMV, and, you gotta go with the bot. The bot tells you what you gotta do. And so it tells me that I have to wait and hold for a representative, so I do. And eventually, I don't really wait for that long. I wait for like 10, 20 seconds, and the bot is like, hey, we can just call you back. We'll hold your place in line. So I let them do that. And so I go back about my business. I start editing this video, in fact. I go on and do that. And then, in the middle of me getting through the last chunk of footage, they call me back. And we get to talking. She's like, hey, what are you calling about? And I tell her exactly what happened at the DMV. How I didn't have, like, any proof that I had been there that day. And that I had been handed the application itself back. Which was, like, all very strange to me. And she goes silent for a bit. She asks me for, all my information. Name, date of birth, mailing address. And she goes quiet for a bit. And then she asks me what I did at the DMV that day. And she asked me if I took the road skills test. I'm like, no, I didn't. And she's like, well, you see, you have to take the road skills test. The knowledge test is for the permit. Which I'm already aware of. And so, like, I've just been misinformed. But, like, I can't entirely blame my mom, because it's on their website. They wrote this down and said that this was all you had to do. So it's not like she didn't lie to me. She was just telling me what she read. And it's not even like I'm not ready for it. It's just, you know, I could have avoided the last visit entirely had they not written this on their website. Which is, tough scene. I kind of want another emerald, but I don't want to stay here for too much longer. I need this guy to not get to me in the next 6 seconds. Why? Why are you so mean? Walter White, why? Dude, can we stop? Can we leave me alone, everyone? Why is the whole lobby after me, bro? What did I do? Bro, can we chill? Bad defense of Theseus, bro. Bad defense of Theseus. Alright, biggest problem here is that this yellow guy, and I guess this red guy too, maybe, just have unlimited access to mid, and that's kind of no good. Other problem, this white guy kind of has a way easier bridge to me now. Not sure the implications of that yet. Well, he helped me finish my bridge. That was nice of him. No! Jesus! Took forever. Oh my god. I should probably just roll it. Oh my goodness. Usually my games don't go this good. shit. Oh my goodness, that was so hard. Holy. If you enjoyed my story about me trying to get my license and the DMV, leave a like. If you relate to it, maybe leave a comment. And consider subscribing.